Welcome to SBC Radio. I'm your host, Drew, with Jeff and Jack. Today we're going to be going over our MLB National League second half predictions. Jeff, who do you think's coming out of the NL West?
Well, I think it's going to be the Dodgers. I think that they'll beat Arizona for the division. It really could be a three-way race, but I don't think the Giants will catch up as far. I think they're sitting, I believe, 2.5 games behind Arizona. But I think that it's going to come down to the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers, and I think ultimately Los Angeles will take the division.
What about you?
Yeah, I agree with him because although Arizona is having a outstanding year, I think they're too young and inexperienced to keep up with the star-studded Dodgers. And I think the Giants, they don't have all the pieces yet to compete with LA and Arizona yet, but I think LA is the clear top team in this division. I think they will hold on to this division lead and come out on top by October.
Yeah, I'd say realistically it's probably the Dodgers, but this is a three-way race. The Giants are interesting because if you look at them on paper, they have some good players, but it's not like a real star-studded roster like the Dodgers. But they find a way to win ball games pretty consistently. And, I mean, the Diamondbacks, I feel like down the stretch will start to fall away a little bit just due to the inexperience, which the Dodgers, every player on that team pretty much has that playoff, like October baseball experience. And I think that's really going to help them out. And as moving to the AL Central, I think it's another three-team race here with the Brewers and the Reds and the Cubs. Down the stretch, who do you think is going to come out on top?
Well, I think it's probably going to be Cincinnati for the division. I think only one team will get in playoff-wise from the NL Central. I think the Brewers, I don't think the Cubs have a shot. I know that they're a few games back. Realistically, I don't see the Cubs as a possibility. So it's really going to come down between Cincinnati and Milwaukee. I think that's a team.
And we have a caller on the line.
Hi guys, long time listener, first time caller. I know y'all are talking about the NL, but who do you think will be the top contenders from the AL?
Yeah, thank you for calling in. I mean, clearly you have to look at the Rays. Even though they've been slipping lately, their pitching is outstanding. Their bullpen is one of the best we've seen in the modern era so far. And their approach to hitting is pretty unique, and it really helps them to just take ball games early and not let go. So I think if you have to look at it there, it's probably going to be the Rays in the AL for the World Series.
Yeah, I would have to agree with you there because you also have to realize the Tampa Bay Rays have one of the lowest payrolls in all of Major League Baseball, and that they've been consistently one of the best teams in the league for the past 3 to 5 years. And all these stars they built up, they aren't even having to pay that much. Like Wander Franco, Randy Rosarena,
A lot of young
Shane
stars.
McClanahan, a lot of young stars that they have, and I don't think anyone else can really stop them unless they get the injury bug by October. But I think Tampa cruises through the American League and goes to the World Series.
And I think we're probably looking at the Braves for the
Yeah,
World Series out of the
definitely.
NL across the board here. I mean, 1 through 9 is just one of the most complete lineups in baseball that we've seen in a while, really. Like all-stars studded throughout. And the pitching is pretty solid right now, too.
Right, I think it's similar to Tampa, and I think with that division, I think you still have to look at New York and Boston. They can contend for the last playoff spot. I think if the Yankees get healthy and they make the playoffs, it's going to be a dangerous team to play in the wild card round and even the second round. I think Houston also dangerous come
100%.
postseason time.
I think another rated team that not really many people want to talk about is the Baltimore Orioles. I mean, I get they haven't been as good as people want in the past, but they are they're second in the AL East right now, and with their best player being catcher Adley Rutschman, who is on pace to have an amazing season. With the outfield, I mean, you have Austin Hayes, Anthony Santander. I mean,
Aaron Hicks is putting in
Cedric
good
Mullins,
ABs.
Aaron Hicks,
For
yes.
the Yankee.
And a lot of people just want to discredit the Orioles because they haven't had much postseason success as of recent. But I think Baltimore will get one of those final playoff spots.
Just real quick to wrap it up, I think our consensus matchup is Rays-Braves. Who do you have
Definitely.
taking that?
I think I go Tampa.
I'd have to go Atlanta, I think.
I'd have to go Atlanta as well because although Tampa has been really good all year, I would say Atlanta just beat them in 2 out of 3 in a 3-game series, so I would have to go Atlanta on this one.
Thank you for listening to SBC Radio. I'm Drew with Jeff and Jack.